Hey everybody, thanks for watching again. So this one today, we're going to talk about the character of church leadership and how church leaders are supposed to be, what they're supposed to have going on in their lives in order to be, overseers and bishops and in the church, what you need. So this is Paul writing to Timothy in 1 Timothy chapter 3. Here's what he says. This is beginning in verse 1. Okay, this is a trustworthy saying, it's Paul writing. If someone aspires to be a church leader, he desires an honorable position. So a church leader must be a man whose life is above reproach. Okay? He must be faithful to his wife, right? He must exercise self-control, live wisely, and have a good reputation. He must enjoy having guests in his home, and he must be able to teach. He must not be a heavy drinker or be violent. He must be gentle, not quarrelsome, and not love money. He must manage his family well, having children who respect and obey him. For if a man cannot manage his own household, how can he take care of God's church? Man, that's a pretty big list. These are for leaders in the church. This is what God is looking for. And there are standards. But listen, even living up to this, having all this going on in your life, does not give church leaders the right to control everybody or usurp the Holy Spirit in your life. It still means that you're supposed to be led by the Spirit of the Lord. And all church leaders are under shepherds. Remember this. Jesus is the shepherd, but we're under shepherds, taking care of the people, pointing them to the shepherd, making sure they're connected with him because he's the one that's got the real food. And then we're equipping people, teaching them everything that Jesus commanded, right? So that they can move out into every good work that God's called them to. So it doesn't give them the right to do that. Our job is to equip you for every good work by the Holy Spirit. And this begins by learning to hear God. And so think about this. God himself doesn't control us. He himself gives us free will. He doesn't make us surrender to him. He doesn't force us to do it. He doesn't force himself upon us in any way. He came, died, rose from the grave, and he says, now I've done the hard lifting. All I'm asking you to do is surrender to what I've already done for you. And when we do that, he then comes in to be part of our lives. And as church leaders, we're supposed to be the same way. Loving people and just saying, you know what? We are pointing you to the one who's called you, to the one who will sustain you, to the one who guides you into all truth, and will help you by telling you how you should live and character issues and things like that. I mean, this is one of how we should live. All of these things have to be going on in our lives to be good church leaders. You can't lead the church well if your life doesn't have these things going on. So when the Holy Spirit leads your life, right? When the Spirit of the Lord is leading us, you included, all of these things that I read to you will begin to fall into place in your life. Because the Spirit of the Lord is leading you. You surrendered to him. And he is going to work on you in order to get every one of these things working in your life. And if church leadership is something that you want or desire or God's called you to, then you will be moved in there, but not before the Holy Spirit works on you to produce in you these things. So there are standards for church leaders. You can't just be some willy-nilly, and just go start a church when you have none of this stuff going on in your life. It'll be difficult. This is there for a reason. Because if this is happening in your life and you've got these things going on, it means you have a level of surrender to the Lord because he's the one who had to produce it in that person that is the leader. So think about that when you're thinking about church leaders. But no matter how amazing they are, they cannot control your life. So be blessed. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.